College basketball experience preview and picks episode for Monday, December 4th on the Sports Gambling Podcast Network is brought to you by Bet Rivers. Claim your risk-free bet up to $500 over at sportsgamblingpodcast.com/BetRivers. That's sportsgamblingpodcast.com/BetRivers. We're also brought to you by Game Time. Game Time has last-minute tickets at the lowest price, and they are the perfect holiday gift. Download the Game Time app today. Use that promo code CFBX for $20 off your first purchase. And remember, as always, folks, to let it ride.
This is Martin Cleese, and you're listening to SGPN. Let it ride.
Yes. Woo! Welcome to the college basketball experience. Preview and picks for Monday, December 4th. You know, I love college hoops. College hoops is my therapy. It's nice to have a system where you actually have a real champion. So I battle through it. You know what I mean? I battle through it with college hoops, and I could only imagine the fucking Seminole and Liberty faithful. You know what I mean? What are we supposed to do? I don't know. Got tweets coming out about players wishing they broke their legs earlier. Great job, NCAA. Great job. You got players wishing they would have broke their leg months earlier. Fantastic, folks. If you're wondering who the hell you're listening to, I wish I broke my fucking face early. No, I'm joking. On some of these plays tonight, I wish I would have broke my fucking face earlier, so I wouldn't have fucking told you to bet them. If you're wondering who you're listening to, my name is Colby Dant, aka Pick Don D. That's not a pick. This is a pick.
He was raised in the land down under, where a man thinks on his feet, speaks with his fists, and lives by his wits.
When Dundee happened, he was a superstar.
Nobody knows nothing.
Somebody knows. Double the price. But no one touches Dundee.
Hell! Okay, college basketball, though. What you could have done, loaded up the slate a little bit better. You know what I mean? Not necessarily a loaded slate tomorrow. But don't worry, we're going to get into it. I am joined by my co-host. Give it up for former video coordinator for Hall of Fame coach Bob Huggins and Frank Martin. He is the host of the Big 12 College Experience. Subscribe. He is the host of the Ryan and Rush Show. Subscribe. Give it up for Ryan McIntyre, aka Money Line Mac. How you doing, man?
What's up, man? A new week in college hoops. I wish there was more games. We don't have that many games to recap either. I don't know what the schedule makers are doing. Maybe not put 100 on Saturday. Spread it out a little bit. Spread it out.
They can never be that organized.
No.
It's almost as bad as saying, hey, let's take 4 teams out of 133.
At least we do have a March Madness.
Yeah. So I guess we should be happy with college hoops, even though the Monday slate, well, you do have the eventual national championship playing. So there is that. You know what I mean? So let's get into it, man. And yeah, I mean, actually had a small winning day, but only because of a money line play. If not, it would have been completely 500. Which would mean I would have lost because of this thing called the VIG, folks. Hey, what does an underdog mean? No, I'm joking to the 12-year-olds listening. I recommend Whippets. Look, Columbia, New Hampshire started it off with a bang for you, buddy. You locked up. No, that was Noah.
Bieniek,
was that Noah?
Bieniek,
yeah.
Bieniek.
I remember there being a lock. I just don't remember who the fuck it was. I actually picked Columbia plus the points. I didn't bet it, but Those pesky Wildcats getting it done at home.
W-I-L-D. Cats. W-I-L-D. Wildcats.
I like to think Noah was sweating when Columbia had like an 8-point halftime lead.
I was asleep.
Brilliant.
I want to do a movie
transparent.
where they just follow your fucking life around. You know what I mean? Like, what time was this game at? What time was this game
noon.
at?
It was noon. So like everybody was watching college football ranking talk. I was sleeping, but if I was awake, I would have been watching this game. My handicap was wrong though. I thought like Clarence Daniels would just be dominant in this game. He wasn't even the best player on his own team. Ahmad Robinson had a hell of a night with 24, 7, and 6. It was just a sell high spot in Columbia. They had won 6 games in a row. Columbia's not that good. So I was just like, I'm getting my bets out early. There was 2 of them in the first window there that I had. So 4-1 day for me. I ain't complaining.
Oh, hot. The Cocaine Bears the Brown. I told you, don't ever bet them. Don't ever bet them.
I'm done with these Brown guys, man. They're fucking me. They're terrible.
I told you, do not bet them. They are a true wild card.
Oh.
The best way I would explain it is, I have a couple friends. One of them, and so you ever have some friends that you just grew up with? Like in hindsight, you don't know that you would have been friends with this person if it was like out in the, like if you didn't grow up with them. I don't mean that as slander, but I have a few friends that are complete fucking wild cards when you go out drinking with them. Right? Like you could end up fighting an army. You know what I mean? Like, and essentially that's what Brown is to me, is like, you just never know. I could be at a friend, that very friend could invite me to a fucking family reunion. And I could be in the middle of the family reunion or a Christmas party, and he could uppercut his uncle in the face. You know what I mean? And next thing you know, you find yourself in a fight in the last possible place you think you're going to be fighting, right? And that's essentially what Brown is. Brown is that wild card where when you take him, you're signing up for that fucking adventure. You are signing up for that. There you go. And shout out to Tony C. Speaking for all Brown guys. Brown guys rule. Hey, man.
There you go.
We love it all here. All right. But
just not the Brown Bears.
Yeah, just not the Brown Bears apparently right now. Yeah. It's a sore topic. But dude, what'd you make of this game?
Yeah, I mean, they got down big early, got it tied up with like 8 minutes, and then didn't score really the rest of the way. It was a typical Brown game. I mean, it's like you said, it's a roller coaster. They look really good, then they look like shit. So I don't know. Maybe I forced that pick.
Yeah.
Maine was laying points. I mean, Brown went off as a favorite, if that means anything.
Metaphorically, you're sitting there enjoying. You're at a friend's Christmas party. Family. You think only family's there. You're having your eggnog and rum. You look this way at the Christmas tree. Oh, look at the star of the Christmas tree. You pan back. You randomly see your buddy uppercut a 70-year-old man in the face. That is his uncle. You know what I mean? And next thing you know, his son, which is your buddy's cousin, is hitting him in the face. And next thing you know, you're in this, you're trying to break it up. You're getting punched in the face. You're like, what the hell's going on here? I got a few friends like that. I got a few friends where like you just know, like the last place, I'm talking like you go to the grocery store. I got a buddy that you go to the grocery store, you could be going down a fucking aisle and someone could abandon their cart, right? Just right in front of you, abandon their cart, which I find rather annoying how many people do that. But for him, it's like you just like spit on his mother. You know what I mean? And he's just like, dude, what the fuck? And next thing you know, you came there to just get some hamburger buns because you're cooking. And next thing you know, you're fighting in the middle of aisle 7. You guys had that? I got that. I know that guy. I've been on a freeway multiple times with this guy where we've pulled over and he's pulled out the Louisville Slugger in the back of his fucking trunk. And the maniacs that were arguing with us are just sitting there with their doors locked. Multiple times in my life, I've experienced that. Anyway.
You're like, all right, it's not that serious. Let's move along.
I'm trying to talk to him. I'm like, dude, relax. I don't know these fucking people. They might have a gun. Relax. No, some people just, and you've been friends with them for 70 fucking years. Not 70, but you know what I mean? Since you kind of remember, like for me, like my first sports memories and shit are hanging out with this guy. You know, sometimes you just, you don't choose your friends. You know, life chooses them for you at certain points. Let's talk about the game of the night. Man, Appalachian State's becoming a football program. I mean, a basketball program. What the fuck am I talking about? Yeah. 69-64. They get it done. They were up 2 at halftime. They kind of carried it through the whole game. This is awesome. This is what I like. Let's build this thing up, App, because man, they're fun. They're a fun team this year. We locked this one. We hit on this one. I'm glad you guys talked me into this one, because I was like thinking, I was all over the place on this one. What'd you make of this one? We took it on the money line. That's what I'm saying. Our money line plays. If you tailed us today, your record, for me at least, was spot 500. But the 2 money line plays are what gets you a little bit of cash. What'd you make of this one, man?
Yeah, I mean, App State, that place is rocking and booming. What, they've won 5 in a row quietly. They blew out Wilmington, which we've seen what Wilmington's done. They beat Murray. They beat East Tennessee State. Now they've beaten Auburn. And, you know, shout out to Auburn. I know they took the loss, but I like when teams hit the road and go on the road to mid-majors. I know sometimes you're going to take an L, but I think it helps you in the long run. So Auburn's still not a good road team, but I like that they went to Boone.
Yeah, no, that's impressive. Shout out to Bruce Pearl. Who the fuck decided that? What happened? I just imagine.
I think it's Bruce. Like when you get some job security, you're able to do this. Like I really do.
He used to go to Murray State all the time too. He does this all the time.
I just imagine you're in a high stakes poker game, and you're out of chips, and you go, you know what? We'll go play in Boone. You know what I mean? Like all the ADs or the presidents are all in poker. We'll go play in Boone. All right, just get me back in this game.
It's like what is it? 42 Strong, that movie about the De La Salle High School football team where nobody wanted to schedule them and they slammed the table. We'll go there or whatever school that was. I can't remember, but yeah, that was gonna be my point. Brought this up. Like a lot of people are like, why are you going to Boone? Like, just promote this. Like, this is good for the sport. Because, honestly, this isn't even going to go down as a bad loss for Auburn. Like, you think App State returns a lot of experience from last year. They were projected, I think, they were ranked second in the Sun Belt coming into the season. When you go on the road in the net rankings, a quad 1 loss is like the top 75. App State, I would think, is probably a top 100 basketball team. That's either a quad 2 or a quad 1 loss. That's not bad on your resume at all.
They have been super impressive this year. And as a guy, I've followed App State hoops a little closer than other programs over the past few years. They had James, if older people might remember James Forrest from Georgia Tech, who was a fucking beast. I don't know how he didn't make it. He'd probably make it in today's NBA because he was kind of a tweener at the forward spot. But his son played at App State, and I think they even made the tournament, but they got smacked, I think, in the first round, if memory serves me correct. But either way, they were kind of always iffy. Like, good, they had a couple guys, but now it seems like they're taking a big step forward. That's pretty fucking awesome. Huge win
for App State. Like the only thing that is like their kryptonite is at the free throw line. Last year they finished the season with a 63% from the free throw line. This year they're at 70.7. So they've actually improved on that, which you would like to think that's an area that you were going to work at through the off season. But it wasn't an angle from the broadcast. You want to show the court storm here? Yeah.
Shout out to Alfred 44 too, because he remembers James Forrest, Travis Best, Fred Vincent could gun. They had Eddie Alisma at the center spot. They were fucking nasty. James Forrest was one of my favorite players. Let's play this thing. Storm in the court, baby. Let's fucking go.
And Colby, I just looked it up too. Because I was like, they go on a mid-major every single year. You look at Bruce Pearl's tenure; they've gone to South Florida, UAB, Dayton, East Tennessee State, and Murray State, and they've all been NCAA tournament teams. So you can lose a game like this and still go to the tournament. So
you know what? That's
I'd love
fantastic.
to see more high majors do this.
100%. This is better for the sport. Once again, I know that chat was asking, have I shat on the college football committee yet? Essentially, like my flaw with what they did is they rewarded. It's like Florida State's AD, I thought, said it well. So we scheduled more Power Fives. We went out of our way to do this, and you're basically rewarding teams that scheduled easier. And that's never good for the sport, in my opinion. College basketball, same fucking way. The more shots like this you take, you see those courts, the fans storming that. Those kids, the people in Boone are going to remember that. I don't care if App State gets rid of the basketball team. I mean, I do care, but I'm saying if they did, they're going to remember that shit the rest of their life.
Yeah. And that was App State's first basketball sellout in 14 years.
Exactly. Boom. What are we doing here, folks?
And I just went and looked, Mac, at all the games that you mentioned, like the road games at mid-majors. It's the first road game of the year for Auburn. So, like, if you're going to do it, and take the risk, do it that first game. Because simple-mindedly, you go, they're a mid-major. You would think hitting the road, you're able to get by that, and then you're now prepared for a road environment when you take a step up in the conference play or whatever. It looks like every single time he's done it, it's been the first road game for Auburn.
And he's choosing some nice locations. I mean, next time he should go to Hawaii. You know what I mean? You know what? You can. The world is yours when you're at the Power Five. You're trying to. It's like, okay, you're not choosing. You're not choosing Conway, Arkansas. No disrespect to the good people at Conway. I'm just saying. Anyway, we hit there and things were looking very good when we hit there, but might have gave out the lemon of the day with Dunk City, Florida Gulf Coast. I mean, one thing I probably would have made if you were to tell me Cincinnati was going to win by 37 points, probably would have put a lot of things in my life on the line that you were a liar. You know what I mean? As far as no, I'll bet you my fucking car. I'll bet 37 points. I thought maybe at the worst, if you had told me what is the worst outcome that could happen there, I think I would have said 25.
Yeah.
37. Sorry, folks. Welcome to the college basketball experience. The experience is sometimes you do fucking lose, and this one got ugly. But sometimes you win, like the one we just alluded to prior. So, what'd you make of this one, man?
Yeah, I mean, they were coming off the Howard game, so we faded them correctly earlier in the week, but whoo, I mean, that was an ass beating. Now, I will say, when they go to Xavier next Saturday, there's a good chance I'll be on Xavier. So Cincinnati's look really good. They're undefeated, but I mean, this is college basketball. When you hit the road, it's crazy things happen. Cincinnati, I think, is a team we're going to look to back all the time at home.
Yeah. Noah, what'd you make of this one?
Yeah, this is my favorite bet coming into the day. Florida Gulf Coast. One fact of it was they play with a slow tempo, and they hadn't lost a game by 60.5 the entire season. They actually had kept all but one of the games within 12. So I was like, they just are able to muck games up. But one of the storylines for this game was Cincinnati's Aziz Bandadego. I think I'm saying that right, but I might not be. He's their big man. He was waiting for the waiver to get approved. This was his first game. He didn't do much. He's a 7-foot big man, and he only had 1 rebound. He had 2 blocks. So, I mean, you're doing that against Florida Gulf Coast.
He's on that Sean Bradley shit.
Yeah, he's just a light pole in the middle of the lane right now. So if that's the guy that they were like, hey, this guy's gonna really swing us into the middle of the pack of the Big 12, I don't know if I'm sold. I need to see more because he played 24 minutes today. That's a normal day for a 7-footer that's not named Zach Edey.
One fucking rebound. Hell, I can do
not
that.
Very good.
You know what I mean?
Not very good.
I think you could put me in the game. I think I could get one rebound. Put me in a college basketball game. I think I can get one, just from the sheer luck of the miss. You know what I mean? Like the long rebound, the long rebound that comes out. Folks, we're going to talk about some other winners and losers in a second here, but I want to tell you that the college basketball experience is brought to you by Bet Rivers. Bet Rivers is available in over 14 states plus Ontario, Canada, folks. And Bet Rivers has some of the best live betting markets in the space. Their betting menu is second to none, including a ton of different props. So what are you doing, folks? Sign up using our link to get a risk-free bet up to $500. Just go to sportsgamblingpodcast.com/betrivers. That's sportsgamblingpodcast.com/betrivers. Problem with gambling? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. All right, we are back on the college basketball experience. I'm super pissed at Moneyline Mac here. Super pissed. I wanted to bet Tulane yesterday. I was looking for the slightest push. I like Ron Hunter. I'm a Ron Hunter fan. And I wanted to take them against Fordham. But I blame this Moneyline Mac character for talking me off. All right. Just not that he was high on Fordham. He was just unsure, which kind of made me a little more unsure. So we do believe in peer pressure here, and you were effective at your peer pressure. They beat Fordham by 8. Damn it. Why didn't I bet this? What'd you make of this one?
Good win. I mean, I don't really have a good feel on this Tulane team. Yeah, they're sitting at 6-1, but it was their first road game. So interesting. They got Mississippi State on deck. And we'll talk about the Bulldogs here in a second.
We will talk about them.
Good win though for Ron Hunter.
Shout out Tony. I feel like Tony C. We've never talked ever before besides this show, and Tony C. and I think I have a lot in common with Tony C. Like he was a Bullets fan. I think he's from the area, Mac, our area. Yeah. So George Murasan definitely caught my fair and unhateable guy, by the way. There's certain people that just are unhateable. George Murasan, I think, is unhateable, but he was certainly an interesting player to start because it took him about 13 minutes to get down the fucking court. Let's just say teams playing the Bullets. Hey, I think we can win in transition. Anyway, Keystone. Look, isn't that the bitter beer face commercial? Yeah. Am I fucking crazy here? Whoa. Yeah.
Just happened.
Whoa. Buddy, I haven't taken the peyote yet. All right. Wait.
What just happened?
Yeah, I don't know what the fuck. Producer Noah here.
The interwebs.
No, but I don't know what the fuck I was talking about. Oh yeah, bitter beer face, right? Bitter beer face, and I think that was the commercial for Keystone beer, where the guy just sips like a terrible fucking beer, even though the irony is that Keystone's a terrible fucking beer. And then he gets bitter beer face, and he should have had a Keystone Light. Is the commercials? I don't know if any remembers those, but they played James Madison. James Madison won by only 71 points.
Did they cover?
Holy shit!
They covered the 69.5.
Who the fuck is on this JMU team? I don't care that I don't know who Keystone is. But a 71-point win. What do you? Keystone might be my old rec league team. They might have carried on after I left.
James Madison beat their ass, and they took their beer supply for their own.
They don't want that beer supply. Trust me.
That team might have drank some Keystones before the game for pregame meal.
I've had might have purchased a few 30 packs of Keystone in my life. Not missing those that much now that I'm in my 40s, but shout out to JMU's. They still look like a fucking complete monster. I don't care if they're playing Keystone. They still look great. All right. Canisius. What?
Peacocks.
I'm glad I didn't bet this. Peacocks get it done. St. Peter's 54-52 and just a rock fight there. I love
the MAAC dog, man.
That's a good point. I mean, I love it when you look at the stat sheet for St. Peter's and the guy who lit it up for them. No disrespect to this guy, but Latrell Reed, leading scorer with 10 points. When you play a 54-52, that's just how it goes sometimes.
Oh yeah.
Shout out to the Peacocks for a nice win there, and I'm mad at both you guys on this one, you and Noah. I have a list. I have a doc, a notes section in my phone that says teams I should never bet on, or I'm sorry, teams I should fade at every cost. And Siena is at number 2 on this list, right?
Who's number 1?
Number 1 on this. Well, now they're number
State?
1. Now that I mean NC State. I don't remember when I moved NC State to 1, but it happened.
We're about to get to one that's gonna be up there with them here.
It was probably after that Ole Miss game.
Yeah.
I just don't have any recollection of it, but I consume. Mount St. Mary's won by 32. Siena might be the worst team in the nation. I think they need to have that conversation. Conversation because that's not just a loss. That is an ass whooping. Whew. What'd you make of this one?
They're terrible. I don't know what happened. This is usually a good program with Siena. Carm Macarillo, or however the fuck you pronounce it. He's usually been good, but this team is broken. 2-6 on the year? They lose every game by like 20.
Yeah, they're horrible.
They're terrible.
I watched them. I didn't even watch any of this today, but I watched them a couple times this season. They ain't got shit. There's no one on their team that is good. Yeah.
Yeah, and Clark makes a good point that they've had guys transfer out, but they had Pickett from Penn State transfer out. They've had guys transfer out, but they've always reloaded. They did not reload this year.
Yeah. Deeper on my list is a team called Coppin State. Now they're at number 7. I should publish this.
I love that team.
They lost by 23. Yeah, because you hit that money line on one of the greatest plays ever. 23-point win for Navy. I didn't think it was possible that Navy with their I watched Navy and Temple. I feel like Navy's got like, I'm going to say 9 white guys in the you know what I mean? They have a little bit more than Army, I think. I think Army's a little more diverse if memory serves me correct. Maybe I'm getting them confused, but either way, I didn't think that was possible for them to drop 75 and win by 23 in a game against anybody in D1.
But did you think Coppin State was capable of ever winning by 20?
That's true.
So it evened out. Like it's one polar opposite to the other. So this is Coppin State basketball, baby. They got Wagner next.
We decided to bet a substantial amount of money on the Morgan State Bears. Whew.
I hate this team.
I can't even defend these plays because it's like the Florida Gulf Coast and the Morgan State plays. They're so bad. Morgan State they only lost by 34. Only lost by 34 at home. Maybe I don't take Morgan State. I know I caught them live last year and I wanted to root for them. Maybe I don't take them anymore. Maybe I should add them to the list after a game like this. What'd you make of this one?
They led at the half. Morgan State held a fucking lead at the half. And then I think it was like a 40-6 run to start. I go, well, there goes that play. I don't know what the hell happened. They were winning at halftime. If you're
51
to
16 in the second half.
Yeah, not it.
How is that possible? I just don't get it. Glad to see in this next one. I didn't bet this one, but I would have hit because South Dakota was getting points against the Leathernecks. This game was a terrible game as far as my interest to watch it. But South Dakota wins by 2 against the Leathernecks. Well, who'd you take here?
I think I took the Leathernecks. Yeah, home team.
Well, you lost. I hit. And I want you both to apologize to me. I was prepared to lock up Clemson at Pitt. I was very prepared yesterday to do that. I actually was very close on betting this. And you two, dare I say, pieces of absolute shit.
Get the hat on for you.
Talked me off betting Clemson. I don't like you guys. You guys will not be getting a Christmas card. And I hope you guys, I don't want to say terrible things, but how about this? Let me just think. Hope someone spits on your sandwich next time you eat a fucking sandwich. How about that? Noah, what the hell happened here?
Clemson's good. Like, they're really good.
And
I think they're winning the ACC good. Like, I like the team I had them in front of, or the team that I had in front of them was Duke. I've seen better from Clemson.
Now we got a problem.
Like, this is just a terrible fucking spot for Clemson, coming off the Alabama win on the road, a back-to-back road spot at Pitt before your in-state rival, South Carolina.
Yeah.
And they pretty much never trailed against the Panthers today.
Guys, I have a son on the way here, and when he misses his first meal, right?
Blame it on the Pitt Panthers, the worst institution in America.
When he misses his first meal in the, which will probably happen in the first week or two of his life. And it's going to be because you guys told me not to bet Clemson here, essentially. Mac, what happened here?
Yeah, so Noah's talking up this Clemson team. A great win for Clemson. And he mentions it. The spot was all-time bad, just like Louisville in football when they lost to Pitt. Pitt fucking sucks. That's the reality. Pitt fucking sucks.
He's been waiting for that. He's been waiting for that.
He's going to say this now, and then I'll clip it when they beat West Virginia.
I tried to fucking get you guys a fucking win before you came to Morgantown. And when we beat you with fucking 7 scholarship players, you can put that fucking in your pipe and smoke it.
I hope they burn in hell.
They fucking suck. Biggest front runner fucking program I've ever seen. What's their resume? Let's go fucking through it right now. Oh, where's all these guys there? Oh, Pitt's an NCAA tournament team. Oh, was it North Carolina A&T? Was it Binghamton? Was it Gulf Coast? Jacksonville? Oh, they could beat Oregon State. Their losses: Florida, double digits. Missouri, basically double digits. Clemson, double digits. This team sucks. We're going to beat their ass on Wednesday. Eat shit, Pitt. Fuck this team. Fuck that university. Fuck that city.
There's like 2 or 3 guys.
Money.
There's like 2 or 3 guys after every Pitt win, they're in here talking shit to MAAC nonstop after like every analysis for every game until they get to the Pitt game. They're just nowhere to be found every time.
No, they did it in football season too. Hey, they're ready for volleyball season or softball season, whatever the hell they're doing. Jackasses.
I'm pissed at you guys because I'll be honest. Coming into last night's show, Tulane was a play that I was feeling strongly about. Clemson, and I'll get to another one here. But how about this one? When you think our picks are complete ass. Chicago State, baby, on the money line. 7.5 point dogs. Our boys putting it on Stetson. I will thank you for talking me into a lock here, because this was more you than it was me. It was more you than me. All right,
I got you back,
and I can admit that. I can fucking admit that. It was more you than me. Anyway,
I owed you one after fucking. I broke my like life rule of betting on this fucking shit ass fucking institution, people, whatever the fuck you want to call them. Terrible.
Yeah. I love Chicago State. They're my favorite team. I know they're looking into starting their football program. I hope they do. I've actually I think I've been bored a couple times at the office, and I've actually gone to like their school forum and commented on how they should have football. I took enough time to create a fucking account on their fucking page. I'm Chicago State Coug through and through here. Let's go. And you keep winning me money like this. 23-point win against Stetson. Let's go. Yeah. And all their games are on YouTube. Fantastic. Fuck ESPN. All right, let's go. That's the wave of the future. Oh, you guys don't want us in a conference? Fuck you. We have an iPhone. We can publish these games to YouTube. Let's go. So just when we were feeling great about ourselves, though, we decided to lock up the Manhattan Jaspers. I gotta be honest, I sprinkled the money line here. They only lost by 14 to Marist. Who is this Marist team?
It's MAAC.
I didn't see this one coming. I thought maybe a 5-point win, 14-point win. I did not watch this game though. Did you catch this one?
I didn't. I was score watching. They were down. They were down pretty good. So good win for Marist.
Fairfield. I was on this one. The moving company is on my list. They suck ass.
Yeah,
they suck ass. Do not ever take Ryder. Fairfield wins by 7 out at Ryder. Why didn't I bet that? I didn't, and I ignored my list. This list is stupid. This list just sits there.
I'm throwing in the towel on my Ryder MAAC championship prediction. Oh, that team is so bad.
Yeah.
Are you looking forward to Friday nights when we're forced with the 12-game slate and 7 of them are the MAAC that we have to bet 3 of them at least?
and dude, we used to have Patino.
I know.
You know what I mean? That used to be like a rock solid player. Like, no, fuck this. That full court press is gonna fuck with them. Now we're truly like, you know, we're in the weeds here, man. We're searching for wins. It's gonna be a lot of fun.
Ryder doesn't have a single D1 win, and they lost to Siena on Friday.
Yeah, which basically means they don't have a single D1 player. All right, that's what that means. I pushed on this one. I was happy to push because I thought I was going to eat shit. I had Elon plus 10. They were in this game. It was tied up. I caught a little bit of this one, but the way my day was going, I was like, oh God, down the stretch. I was like, okay, get me out of here with the push. Get me out of here with the push. Radford wins by 10. I know Radford is a team that you care about because you're friends with the coach. What'd you make of this one, man?
Yeah, Radford's good, man. I like the way that they're progressing. The spot was bad. I like the Elon angle, honestly. Radford had played all those high-level emotional games against all the Virginia schools. A little bit of a letdown, and Elon hung in there. So, good win for Radford.
Illinois State got it done against Murray State. Why didn't we bet this? Gosh.
It was a flip of a coin for me. I had no feeling on this.
I guess I like some other plays better, but I leaned Illinois State here. Anyway, Wichita State. We forgot to cover this game last night. My apologies. Sometimes you're having cocktails, and you got to remember I did like 30 hours of content yesterday, so I'm naturally retarded, and then when you add in 30 hours of recording, I got cloud brain. That's all I'll tell you. I got that cloud brain. It was going. And I completely did not see this game. But he's
just a little emotionally distraught.
Yeah. And look, I would have taken Wichita. So it's all about how you look at it. I'm glad I didn't tell you about this game because you might have tailed me on Wichita and then you'd be calling me a fucking idiot, which would be accurate. What'd you make of this one?
Yeah, good win for Missouri. Missouri had a good week. They won at that filthy school earlier in the week, and then they followed it up with a nice win at home over Wichita. And now they got the border war next Saturday against the Jayhawks, who seem to always fuck them up.
That's true. That is true. I don't get it. Wichita, their stadium is called the Koch Arena or something because the Koch brothers are from Wichita. Dude, I don't know if you've done a deep dive on the Koch brothers, but I mean, I feel like crime needs to pay here in Wichita. You know what I mean? I'm pretty sure they're just going to go out on a limb. I don't know them personally, but from what little intel I've got on them, seem like huge pieces of shit that won't stop at anything to stay incredibly wealthy. You would think that would translate to wins on the basketball court, just from my experiences, covering college football and seeing some of the results there. But anyway, watch out for Wichita in the future. And if someone out there, if you're a Shocker fan, maybe you tell the Koch brothers, step it up a little bit. Step it up a little bit on that financial or Coke, whatever. San Francisco. We gave out this lemon here.
Yeah.
As Arizona State beats them by 11. How? Why? I don't understand this. I feel like San Francisco is a better basketball team. What the hell happened?
They got punched in the mouth. It was like 12-0 or 12-1 to start the game. Media timeout, and they kind of just were down 11 points the entire game. It felt like.
Texas A&M Commerce got drilled by SMU. Remember, at one point we were thinking about locking this. Glad we didn't.
I talked you off it.
Glad we didn't.
I talked you off a couple.
Yeah, that's true. That is true when you think about it. It's just the Pitt game. I depend on you to go with me on fuck Pitt, eat shit Pitt. And here you were.
I was trying to play chess. You know,
I know. What the hell is going on?
I was trying to set up a 25-point win. I'll just settle for a 15-point win on Wednesday instead.
I got done with the episode yesterday, and I took a piss, and then I was looking at myself in the mirror, and I go, "My name is Colby, right? Like, what am I doing on planet Earth? You just told me that you're behind Pitt." Anyway, moving forward, we did have the Buccaneers of East Tennessee State against Jacksonville State Buccaneers. Let's go. Got it done 61-59. Sweaty a little bit, but how about that win? I mean, Jacksonville State was up like 10 at half, if memory serves me correct. We got it done. Nothing was easy today. So
no.
Yeah.
It's one of those days. I mean, I was just under 500. It's one of those days where just don't get ambushed and move on to the next day. It was not going to be a pretty day. It's been a pretty week, but it was not going to be a pretty day today.
Well, I did take Southern and the points, and one thing I did
locked it, man.
One thing I did not expect is for them to win outright, 60-59. Shout out to the Southern Jaguars getting it done. I don't have any music. It's but fuck, dude, that's a huge win. They were like 24-point dogs or something. What was that closing line? 25.5-point dogs. Man, you gotta love this. You gotta love it to me anytime, especially to me. If you get like the really like the small mid majors, right? Anytime they get to say a fuck you to the SEC or Big Ten or something. Oh yeah, I'm behind it. Let's go. What'd you make of this game?
It's a great win for Southern. Let's talk about Mississippi State, man.
Hey, what's going on here? I was sold on them. I had them going to the Final Four like they had fucking Dampier again.
Bad week. Woo.
Yeah.
I mean, you lose to Georgia
It's an
Tech.
understatement.
You get dominated by Georgia Tech. They ended up only losing by 8, but that kind of got dressed up. They were down double digits the whole game. And then you lose to Southern at home. Man, we got to drop Chris Jans down a little bit this week. They ate shit.
Yeah. I'm out right now until I see other things. We did bet Chattanooga the Mocs, and Morehead State drilled them 87-80. Dan Earl, not so much. So let's go.
Well, I mean, this was a close game. This was back and forth. Good win for Morehead over a good Chattanooga team.
What does it say? Can't Bell. It's only December 4th. Who's Bell? What's going on here? Can't tell?
Believe. It's short for believe.
Oh, that's
okay.
That's yeah. Well, look, man, I am a heavy plate over here. You know what I mean? You got the the college football playoff committee. You got FCS playoffs rocking. I'm jamming out content with college basketball. Got a kid on the way. I'm cooking fucking meals over here like I'm fucking Mrs. Doubtfire. You know what I mean? Like, I'm just doing shit left and right. All right, let's go.
That was great.
Louisville, Virginia Tech. How about this one? You remember that what the line was? Talk about a nice cover by those cards. Let's go. What'd you make of this one?
They're kind of good against the high majors, but they're terrible against the mid majors. I don't know. I can't figure out this fucking Louisville team. They might be a team that we want to bet on in ACC play. Kenny Payne doesn't know what the fuck he's doing. Oh man, no. Are you telling us that they got DePaul next?
Yeah, it's the Fire the Coach Bowl.
Oh yeah, here we go.
That I'm actually really excited to watch that one.
What game are you looking forward to the most?
I'm laying the points with Louisville in that game. I mean, they jumped out to like a
too.
12-0 lead in this game or whatever it was. They were out early.
They
like
had
14
the
to
tights.
4 or something.
They had the tights.
Yeah,
let's
they
go.
Their tights.
One of my worst. I had some horrible plays. I'm gonna be honest with you.
Part of the deal.
I actually think this would have been even more so than Florida Gulf Coast Cincinnati. If you were to have told me that Air Force would win by 22 at Portland, I would have bet a lot of things in my life. You know what I mean? Like that would have been like a tattoo on my face type of bet.
Yeah,
right?
You're gonna kiss somebody's ass. I mean, my God.
What the fuck happened? I didn't watch this game. But Air Force hasn't won by 22 ever.
I know. It's wild. I didn't see this coming. Good win for Air Force.
Oh, Gary K, you wrote Air Force, you filthy motherfucker. No, I'm joking, Gary. Hope you're good. I mean, I don't even know what to say to my clientele. I apologize. I should have known that Air Force wouldn't have been taken back by the homeless situation in Portland. You know what I mean? Most times you go there, you're fine. But you know, Air Force, they stay disciplined. All right, clear the mechanism. Right, dude. The easiest bet of the night, though. The Creighton Blue Jays, baby. This line was ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous. It was almost so ridiculous that I almost didn't trust it. I put $100 on it, and I was thinking about going in on more, and then I was like, wait a second, why the fuck is this line so low? So I only put $100 on it. It hit, never sweated, but like I said, today was a wild day. What'd you make of this one?
Yeah, it's probably what ended up being one of my bigger ones. It was definitely a chalky one, but Nebraska was fool's gold at 7-0. I mean, they were not a true 7-0 with that soft schedule. So Creighton got their revenge. They look good. Good week for them. I know Oklahoma State's down. Nebraska's okay, but that's 2 road wins. So we'll give them their flowers here.
Yeah, moving along. Western, I took the tops against EKU. I know you bet on EKU here, Nate shit, but I didn't bet this game. But the tops won by 10 against EKU. Nice win there. What happened here, man?
Another halftime lead that evaporated. Western Kentucky got the momentum around the 10-minute mark and kind of just grinded it out. So disappointing. Kind of felt like the Chattanooga game a little bit.
Pepperdine got smacked by Colorado. Shout out to Chad G in the chat. Great guy. Met Chad before. He messaged me this afternoon to load up on Colorado because there was like a snowstorm. But I actually think that they didn't cover. So he's good. He was right. I should have tailed you, Chad. My apologies. Nice hit for you as they get it done. Lamar did not cover against Sam Houston. I'm glad we didn't bet this. We almost bet this. We were thinking about betting this. We didn't. And shout out to Sam Houston for getting that done. Minnesota covered for us who'd you take in this game?
I ended up going Ohio State. I didn't bet it though. I thought the line was perfect right at 12.5.
Yeah, that was the Jameson Battle Bowl, by the way. Mm-hmm. Like he made it onto the Underdog Pick'em article that I wrote. His line was at 12.5. He put up 25 points. It was great showing from him.
He was hot from downtown, man. I watched a little bit of that one. And nice call on the Stanford Cardinal.
Tree huggers.
Steve Lavin going back home doesn't work. The home doesn't like you. Don't go home.
Wrapped up a 4-in-1 day for me. And Colby, he tried to talk me off of this one. He was like, Stanford, you know where Lavin's hometown is, right?
Yeah.
I don't care.
The thing is, he's probably not well liked at his home. I'm joking. I don't know. Steve's been on the show. I'm just fucking around. But I mean, you know what I mean. I don't know. I can't trust Stanford laying a big number. They don't got fucking Brevin Knight playing point for them anymore. All right.
Never trailed. It was not really close either. And I gave Angel a shout out yesterday's show, and he dropped 25 today. So great.
North Dakota was taking on UC Riverside. UC Riverside. This line dropped overnight. It was 5.5 or 6 last night. Ended at 4.5. Why didn't I bet this? Because Riverside won by 6. We felt all right about this one, and we just didn't do it. Our fault. But as you well know,
It's a hard ticket to Hawaii. It's not paradise all the time.
it was not paradise for Central Arkansas, but it was for us. Boom! This one gave me an even day. As far as actual picks, my money line plays actually made me a small amount of money. But Hawaii wins by 19. We were getting 20.5 with Central Arkansas. The sweat was intense. What'd you make of this one?
Yeah, I mean, Central Arkansas came out hot. I think they scored 20 in the first media timeout, and then it was around 15 points the entire time. Hawaii went up by as many as 22, and I'm like, oh my god, we're not going to cover this after literally covering
I thought there was no way. I thought when that happened, I was like, we're fucked.
But then they hit a couple big threes down the stretch, and it's always good to hit the last one to get a little momentum going into tomorrow.
I could appreciate Cameron in the chat saying Central Arkansas makes 1 pass per possession, then throws up some bullshit, throws up a cover, baby. That's what happens. Let's go. Game balls. App State's got to be number 1. App State is my number 1 game ball. Who is your number 1 game ball?
The Clemson Tigers, man. They're rolling. They're undefeated. Yeah, they wanted soft ass Pitt today, but hey, you know what? You got to give them credit. They had just won at Alabama, now 7-0. Good job, Tigers.
I mean, there's a lot of blowouts on the board today.
I know.
I think I got to give a game ball to Cincinnati because they got after it hard against my Gulf Coast team.
They were like a hobo on a ham sandwich. They were going hard.
I mean, I didn't think they'd be able to win like that. Well, who's your second game ball?
Let's go to our guys, man. We're back to back in them. A 23-point home dog win outright. Chicago State beats the shit out of Stetson. Where did that come from?
Wait, no. They were 7.5 point dogs.
I know. They were home dogs, though. And they won by 23. Yeah. They won by 23.
Yeah. I thought you said 23 point dogs. I'm fucking. Oh.
No. They won by 23. So they covered by 30.
Gotcha. Well, there was a team that was 25.5 point dogs. The Southern Jaguars get it done against Hail State. Take that, SEC. Greg Sankey, fucking bastard, trying to do 90. Let's do a tournament with 96 fucking teams. Shut up. All right, take a loss. The Southern Jaguars come in there and beat your SEC fucking Mississippi State went. They were in the tournament last year, right?
Yeah, they lost in the playing game.
There you go. So what? You want to play in? If so, put Southern back in there. They'll fuck you up. Let's go. I don't know what I'm talking about. Let's move on. Who's your final game ball?
Air Force. Air Force wins by 20 plus on the road at Portland. Where the hell did that come from?
Unfucking believable. All right, let's move to tomorrow's slate, folks. But before we do that, I want to tell you that the college basketball experience is brought to you by Underdog Fantasy. Underdog Fantasy is a way to play alongside your favorite fantasy players all season long. They got NFL, they got NHL, they got NBA, they got college football, and you better believe they got college basketball, baby. Simply pick higher or lower in your favorite players' fantasy stats and cash in. Noah, what are we looking at here?
All right, so there's only one game on the board currently, and it's Iowa at Purdue. And look, Purdue's a large favorite in this game. The total is high, so I'm inclined to look at the Boilermakers' source of points. Zach Edey, I have him going higher than 24.5 points. Look, it's chalky, but statistically speaking, according to EvanMiyakawa.com, Ben Crick is Iowa's big man, and he's their worst defender on the floor at all times. In general, he's their tallest player as well at 6'10". Everybody else on Iowa is quite small. This is going to be somewhat similar to the Northwestern game where Purdue's just going to be throwing the balls down low to Zach Edey, somewhat similar to like every other game that Purdue's ever played. Edey has cashed the higher in 4 of 8 Purdue games so far. All 4 were against high major opponents, and they've played 5 of them this year, so he's 4-1 against higher major opponents. He's averaging 27.8 points per game against high majors. So, yeah, give me Zach Edey's higher than 24.5 points.
Let's go, folks. That's what's awesome about Underdog Fantasy is that you're able to do all of that. I mean, you're not going to get that anywhere else. So what are you doing? Watch along, make picks, maybe make a little extra cash over at Underdog's mobile app or website, underdogfantasy.com. When you sign up with the promo code SGPN, Underdog will double your first deposit up to $100. That's Underdog Fantasy, promo code SGPN. I'm sorry, promo code TCE SGPN. Damn it. Anyway, we're also brought to you by Game Time. Buying tickets to your favorite events shouldn't be that stressful. All right? You're out there, you're trying to see, I don't know, the hell's out right now? Fucking trying to go see the Nutcracker. Right? Shit's all sold out. You ever go see some of that shit, man? That is expensive shit. All right? You ever had that? The wife says, let's go see the Nutcracker or anything like that. You think you're going to spend like $200? No, it can get stressful because you go in there thinking this is like just, it's probably nothing. Next thing you know, it's like $400 a fucking seat. That's just to get in. Then it gets all crazy after that. But anyway, my point is it shouldn't be that stressful. Well, let me tell you something. Game Time is the fast and easy way to buy tickets for all sports, music, comedy, and theater near you, aka the Nutcracker, if you have that in your fucking town. With killer deals on last minute tickets and their best price guarantee, you can stop stressing over the tickets and start getting hyped for the fun you'll be having at the Nutcracker. Gotta be honest. There's a bar close by. You'll have more fun there, but that's a family thing to do. It's the holidays. You got to do all that shit, right? So what are you doing? All right. Snag the tickets without the stress with Game Time. Game Time tickets they're the perfect holiday gift. All right. Honestly, it's a smart plan. You know what I mean? It's like going to the movies. It's great if someone just gives you the Game Time shit. You don't have to sit out there. Star Wars, you got fucking people camping out days to see fucking Star Wars. You know what I mean? Duh, you don't want to have to compete with that shit. Get your tickets on the Game Time app. Boom, you get it right there. Download the Game Time app, create an account, use that promo code CFBX for $20 off your first purchase. Once again, terms apply. Create that account, redeeming code CFBX for $20 off. Download the Game Time app today. Last minute tickets, lowest price guaranteed. All right, we are back on the college basketball experience. And yeah, we got a banger. First off, check out those shirts, folks. YouTube.com/the college experience. We got Pick Dundee t-shirts. Those are absolutely fantastic. All right. Perfect stocking stuffers. What's up?
Do you want to hit on what we had planned here? Alternate to the games?
Sure.
Because we have an absolutely gigantic slate here today. I don't know if you guys have seen this yet.
Yeah, there's not many games. So
we've come up with the idea that, hey, we weren't going to spur it on the moment of anybody or let anybody know. We've gotten a couple of reviews, and plus Colby, I think, says, hey, leave a review on Apple after every show. So after every month, we'll run through some of the reviews, and then we'll give the best review a gift card or a sweatshirt shirt from the Dundeeism line. Colby,
well,
right?
my God, I'll tell you how it's going to go down. You leave the fucking review. You tell me that you left a review because that's one thing. You know, I've been doing this a long time. So like before you can't just leave the review and it says like, you know, scattered ass as the comment, the poster. You know, that's your screen name on the. Then I'm not going to know who you are. So you got to take a screenshot. Find us on Twitter at TCE on SGPN or at the Colby D. You can show me that. You can fucking email to me. Just get it to me. I don't give a shit if you drink a fucking old school Coca-Cola, right? Put that thing in the middle of the bottle and throw it out in the Atlantic Ocean. As long as it gets to me, you're good. All right. And what we'll do then is give you a t-shirt, Pick Dundee t-shirt.
So I admit I teased what we were doing here in the YouTube chat prior to us going live. and there were quite a few that said they left a review. However, I'm told that it takes a day or two for Apple's services to send us the review, apparently. So we do not have today's reviews.
Yeah, and by the way, if you're counting on Apple, good fucking luck. But I mean, we'll get them eventually.
Yes.
And Rob, he said he left a review last December. It doesn't let me send another. It's the holidays, buddy. You know what that means? I know you're gonna be at your fucking wife's, your girlfriend's, your fucking brother's house. He's got a phone. All right. Look at this. Look at this over here. 5 stars. Do we have any 1 stars? I always appreciate those ones. If you leave a 1,
I'm not going to send
you.
Here's a 1 star right here, but this is last year. This is last March.
Let me see this one. Can you hit more? Hit more on that.
All right.
I want to read it all. Can you zoom? There we go. Turn this trash on for the first time, hoping for a basketball March Madness update. You know when this was? This is when we were super fucked up in Vegas.
March 23rd. Yeah.
This is the night that we were all been drinking for like 20 hours.
It is, and we had terrible service at the bar that we were at.
I had to watch Pitt win. He cut me some slack.
No, that was my 7th day in Vegas, which should never happen. So anyway, instead I got what sounds like 4 to 5 childish 16-year-old boys saying the F word for the first time. I'm no prude, but these idiots lost all credibility with 30 seconds. F this, drunk in Vegas. Oh my God, I learned the F word. Just absolute trash. Disgusting. Yes.
And now that guy's unemployed.
Yeah, that's okay. I was pretty shit-faced that episode. That was a hard episode to complete. I'll be honest.
Yeah, that one was tough. So the first one this month came from Hank Lepic. It was a 4-star, but he says, excellent pod, great information, and entertaining listen.
Yeah. Come on. That's nice. But come on. Only 4 stars here. And to be so vague. All right. You can't just, either you love us or you hate us. Who actually sits there and thinks about it and says 4 stars? All right. Like, to me, if I'm going to fucking review something, you're just going to go for 5 stars right away, right? If you like something.
Yes.
It's like if you ever used Open Table to make a reservation at a restaurant, and then they remind you the next day, how was your Open Table trip? I normally ignore it, but if I open it, I'm just like, okay, 5 stars, unless it was a horrible experience, which I don't think I don't know if I've ever given a 1 star on that. But anyway, what were you gonna say, Noah?
Alrighty, so next one's from Eli is my hero, also November 7th. Greatest college basketball pod out there. Let's go. Been following Colby D for over 5 years, and he never fails. Give him 10 stars. Let's go. All right, so automatically, I think that's our first 5-star. That one's the leader in the clubhouse, right, Colby?
Yeah, as long as it's not Eli Manning is your hero. All right. But I know this next guy, Landon Renard, and he's
a common name.
He's a fucking great guy. I met him when I was doing stand up right before, like a month before COVID. I was doing a show in Milwaukee, and he came out to the show in Milwaukee, and then him and a slew of other. I don't know if for some reason I have a lot of listeners to the podcast showed up to the show in Milwaukee, and they came out to the show, and then I don't know if it was Landon necessarily, but we went to another bar where it was like the fucking Wild West, where you order a Jameson and like someone gives you the bottle. You ever like pictured the movie Tombstone or something where you're like, they give you the bottle, or Deadwood. Anyway, I felt that it was absolutely crazy to do that, because you would think, and Ted Bundy has a bottle still up on that wall. Anyway, that was kind of weird. But anyway, Landon Renard, great guy. Yeah. Dude, you ever been to a bar where they give you the bottle of whiskey? That's just asking for debauchery. Yeah.
Yes. Plenty of places. It usually doesn't end well.
That doesn't happen in California, man.
No.
Unless you're going to some like Koreatown shit. You know what I mean? Like, anyway, continue on.
Alrighty. So the review from Landon, he says, best college basketball show. This show has been the best daily breakdown of the full college basketball slate, a combination of analysis with comedy and listener interaction. It's a daily must listen for me, Landon.
Good review. Good review.
Next one's from Dre.
Review.
Next one's from Dre Youngin. He goes, incredible show. Colby D and Mac has great content every day, and picks are fire.
So wait, are we reading all of these?
There was only 12, so there's a couple more.
It's a fucking lot. All right.
Well,
good review. Shout out to
how many
Dre.
games do we have today? So like, this is a normal show, right?
I know, but I just try to think of the chat, and I try to think of the chat, and the chat's probably like, okay, we like you guys,
enjoying some of it.
We don't like you that much. I don't want to hear every fucking person saying, you know, you guys are
every shitty once a month, just during the shittiest slate, and then we'll give out a piece of merch.
That's a nice white guy review. I appreciate that.
Win Santa Clara from Ram 8501.
That one's great because you know that's heat of the moment. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's like he just hit on Santa Clara, and he was like, I can't believe he's probably never watched a Santa Clara basketball game in his life. And he hit on it, and he's like, you know what? I'm giving these motherfuckers a 5-star. You know what I mean? I'm going there right now and giving them a 5-star. I can appreciate that one. Next up, what do we got?
Next one.
I think we should only read three more.
Okay.
Yeah. I don't want this. I mean, when I die, you can read all these fucking things. All right. Pick a good one though. Pick a winner.
All right. This one's titled Courtney Love.
That one's speaking to me.
Courtney Love, great show. Dundee, Moneyline, Mac, and Noah know their stuff. Not only is it a good betting show, it's great for college basketball knowledge. The show is entertaining, and they win. Lock this show up because if you're not listening, you're missing out. Been listening for over a year now and won't stop. These are the real men at work.
Ooh, I like that. A little double entendre there because Men at Work tried to sue me. The band, folks. Yeah, I like that one. That was good. Okay, and I see like a bunch of emojis at the top right.
Up here. Moneyline Dogs.
Yeah.
Best cappers in the land and entertaining. That's from Money Is Mine.
Look at this.
By the way, the Courtney Love review was from The Dude Abides, 1995.
Oh, that's a Big Lebowski reference. I like it. Okay. Hey, shout out to Dick Ertzberger, who said he enjoyed my brief story about doing a fantasy draft at a payphone. Yeah, you know, been done that before a few times.
Last one from Iron Making. Informative and entertaining. Love the show. An entertaining show that, when used correctly, will fatten the old wallet. Just use it as one of the many tools to help with the picks. Keep up the great work and keep it honest and real.
Shout out to everybody that's doing this and Iron Making too. And I enjoy the when used correctly, almost like it's a warning sign. This is like the warning sign on the
Mac
fucking
will
shit
lock
not to
against
drink.
Pitt
Yeah.
95% of the time.
It's a profitable system over time. I can guarantee that. Fucking
you will hear a
bitches.
lot of saxophone.
When used correctly, Windex will clean your fucking window. But if you drink it, you will die. All right. Anyway, folks, let's get to the games. Enough of this shit. You know what I mean?
Are you giving it to Courtney Love, this one?
No.
Yeah, you got to give away the award.
Yeah, you're going to give away an award? We're not giving away an award?
Hold on. What are we doing here? Let the chat pick. All hey,
right.
Justin, who am I giving it to? Justin Casey's been with us a long time. Well, who are we giving it to? What are we thinking here? How about I don't know, the fucking emojis? That takes a lot of work. You know what I mean? You got to find the emoji. You got to find the fucking emoji. It's always a pain in the ass for me. I'll always try to put the cash emoji.
Okay symbol.
So if you type in money, see, there we go. Justin, he says Bob and where's
Bob
that?
McCobb.
Where the fuck is that one? Show us that one.
It's the one right in the middle.
Right.
Best college basketball picks page out there. Most knowledgeable guys on college basketball on planet Earth. Super entertaining, hilarious, on top of great handicap.
All right, Bob McCobb, you got a fucking t-shirt. If you're listening to this, hit us up. I'm at the Colby D on Twitter. Appreciate you.
Do you have the winner from the Underdog on Twitter?
No, not right now. I'm not prepared for all that.
Talked about it pre-show.
I'm not prepared for all that shit. All right, let's go. Someone did send us. I don't worry. Tomorrow's a brand new day. Let's jump into it. Maryland Eastern Shore is catching 16.5 in Greenville, North Carolina. Oh boy, Maryland, Eastern Shore. Get the fuck out of here. Get out of here. This is a simple, easy lock. Here's what I'm thinking. Maryland Eastern Shore, all their best players left. They were actually kind of a darling of mine last year, but they suck. All right. They really suck. I've watched them a couple times this year, and to think that you're just going to be able to walk in to Greenville, North Carolina, to Mings, get the fuck out of here.
Because when you're at East Carolina, you go for it every time. Or you don't coach at East Carolina. You don't come to East Carolina. You don't play at East Carolina with a weak heart. Write it.
This is a simple play. I'm just going to go ahead and say you guys should be following me right now. Let's go.
This is an island game.
Yeah. Yeah. Trust me. When you're in Great Greenville, you feel like you're on a fucking island. All right. What are you doing here, buddy?
I see everybody in the chat loves ECU. I gave out Maryland Eastern Shore on the money line against Penn. Let's do a battle. Give the people what they want. Give me Eastern Shore and the points. ECU wins by 13. Let's go.
Oh man.
Give me the Hawks. Give me the
you
Hawks.
saved yourself by saying ECU still wins by 13, but
yeah, Eastern Shore ain't gonna win the game.
Check that door for heat, Tim.
Where the hell is? Here we go. We got a lock battle. East Carolina with Pick Dundee. Maryland Eastern Shore with Mac. What are you doing?
All
here,
right, I've got to jump in here and earn favorite co-host. Lock up the fucking Pirates in this island game.
Yeah.
Yes,
Let's go.
there we go. Now we are talking. I mean, it's a pretty simple play.
It is. It is a pretty
trap.
simple play. I mean, if it is a pretty simple play, if you look at Maryland Eastern Shore's games here, they lose by 20 to Temple, they lose by 19 to Longwood, they lose by 20 to Notre Dame, and they lose by 37 to Liberty. The only win against a D1 opponent mixed in there was Penn after Penn's win against Villanova. Write that one
out
off.
on the money
They've
line,
gotten
baby.
blown out every other game. It was just a very nice spot.
Come along with the snorks. Swim along with the snorks. So much to see waiting for you and me. Have some fun with the snorks.
You're ignoring the sandwich spot, Noah. They coming off Wilmington and they got South Carolina on deck.
Let me tell you, ECU doesn't ever look ahead at anything. All right, they're in the moment. They're in the fucking moment. All right,
It took
let's
an
go.
80-footer to beat Kennesaw.
That was designed. How do you really get the city behind you? You practiced that all week, motherfucker. All right, let's go. All right, next up, Iowa, Purdue, Big Ten Network. Wow. Purdue off a loss. Purdue's laying 12.5, but it's in West Lafayette. I will lay the 12.5. What are you doing here?
I feel like everybody's going to bet this game because it's like the most enticing game on the slate. I'm going to stay away from this one. I'll bet all the other trash games off the board. I'll take the points to Iowa. I feel like this game is always a 10 to 15 point game. I'd be on Iowa and lock it, but Purdue's off the loss, so I'm going to stay away.
Furman is catching 11.5 at Arkansas. Give me the 11.5 in the Paladins. Arkansas just beat Duke. They've been walking around town with big dick energy everywhere. All right. You think they've been focusing on fucking Furman? No. They got Nolan Richardson probably bringing them out in the fucking Cadillac like they're fucking John F. Kennedy going around town. You know what I mean? They're going to be fine. All right. But yeah, give me Furman plus the points. What are you doing here?
Yeah, I'll join you because Furman's also got Oklahoma on deck, and that's like they play that at that neutral site, so both those teams get up for that game. You look at Furman too, almost beat Princeton on the road, lost by 1, lost to UAB by 6. They've been playing better. They're live in this game.
Yeah, Rob, I took I laid the points with Purdue, buddy.
You did?
Yeah, I said that. Furman is a lock. You ready for a nice lock? San Jose State's going to go into Fargo and win. They're not losing 3 in a row. Tim Miles, +2.5 in Fargo. Bring it on. Sparty's not losing 3 in a row. What are you doing here?
Lock battle. I bet this at +1 at the open. I'll bet it right now too. They're going to drill San Jose State. Rematch, revenge from a week ago. The Bison roll here in Fargo.
No,
you don't want to come up to Fargo.
No.
The pretty boys from South
No,
Cali.
no. Tim Miles ain't losing 3 in a row. He's not going to lose 3 in a row. He's too good of a coach. Arkansas State is catching 24.5 at Bama.
Noah Bieniek.
I mean, we got to take the points, right?
Yeah, and Noah's going to lock it. I'm going to stay off a lock just because Bama's off the loss and they drill teams at home. But it is a note for everybody. Purdue and Alabama play on Saturday, so it's a look ahead for both in a way.
Bama does drill these teams.
I know. Noah's got some good nuggets, so why to take Arkansas State? He'll let you know.
Yeah, Max being humble and deterring it all to me, but I mean, he talked me into the even more. Arkansas State's head coach Bryan Hodgson, he's a former assistant of Nate Oats at Alabama. I mean, one reason that there's a couple that I think why Alabama is not as good here at the beginning of the season is because, I mean, he lost every assistant that was on his staff last year. He also lost a boatload of production, and this is a mid-major all-star team that just is going to be inconsistent for a little bit until they all really gel together. Colby, the next 3 games for Alabama, gauntlet: Purdue, Creighton, Arizona. Arkansas State was one of the most experienced teams entering this season. I think they're number 2 in experience returned. They have already been on the road, battle tested in that way. They haven't really shown up in a big way, but I just think it's a good spot going at Alabama. Short slate. This is probably my favorite bet of the day. Arkansas State Red Wolves. I'm going to wait to bet it until about an hour before game time, just because the slate's so shit. Alabama's going to catch some bets. So I'm going to wait. I'm going to take it. So I'm looking at plus 21.5 or plus 25.5 right now. I have it plus 21.5, not including everything that's going on. So I like this bet a lot.
I see 24.5 right now.
24.5. So maybe it's coming down.
Probably going to go up, man, because people are going to bet more on these 6 games. Yeah. I like Arkansas State too.
So it's dropped a point since I handicapped it, but I like it.
Let's fire. Let's fire. Shit, there's not much on the slate.
No.
Sympathy play.
And shit, I only got 1 game left. I mean, there is Western New Mexico, UTEP, and Middle Georgia State, and St. Andrews and Coastal, and Boyce and Bellarmine, but those don't have lines. So we're forced to go with this one, and this is a lock. Cal Poly's covering in Corvallis. The Mustangs run wild in Oregon. Give me the 13.5 points. Lock it up. What are you doing here, buddy?
Yeah, I mean, you look at Cal Poly, by the way, we gave, or at least I did. I can't remember if you joined when they beat San Jose State outright last week.
No, that was you.
That was just me. They're hanging in these games with Idaho, Cal Baptist, Portland State on the road. Is Oregon State really much better than any of those teams? No. I'm on Cal Poly with you. Lock it up. I think you sprinkle some of that plus 750. Oregon State's awful, man.
Can I interest the chat into a East Carolina, Furman, San Jose State, Arkansas State, Cal Poly parlay?
So all your picks.
No, I left Iowa Purdue off there because I don't feel very good about that one. But all my other picks, yes. Vlad Putin's on the Beavs. Shout out to Vlad. Brian Sander goes, no, you may not. Yeah, okay. Take $10 here, you know. Justin Casey's betting on the China games. He said there's some China action you can get in on. True DGen. Shout out to Justin. Let's get to this. How about this then? Since we're done with all of the games, let's rank our favorite plays. I think the best play on the board, personally to me, is Furman plus 11.5. Mac, what's your top play on the board?
North Dakota State. They just played San Jose State 10 days ago. The game got away from them late. I like him bouncing back here with 10 days off. In Florida.
Noah.
It's Arkansas State. Catching the points. Don't bet it till tomorrow.
The irony here is my second favorite play is San Jose State. I just don't think Tim Miles will lose 3 games in a row. I think they're more talented. They're more athletic. I think they're a better culture, better talent. And I think that's the difference. What's your second strongest play there, Mac?
Maryland Eastern Shore. Just kidding. Furman.
You son
Furman.
of a yeah.
Furman definitely. I think Furman's live. I mean, I think Furman and Cal Poly are the 2 ones that are live. I don't really think Eastern Shore is live.
We don't normally talk totals, Colby, but Chad is asking, do we have any leans on totals?
Man, I fucking hate dealing totals, but
so do I in college basketball.
Well, unless you know it, unless it's so obvious, like Virginia is taking on, Wisconsin, then you're just like, okay, maybe, but you want a total? Give me. What was the last?
Does 164 for Purdue and Iowa seem a little steep? That seems like a lot of points.
Yeah.
That was one that I was just thinking to myself too.
I'll go under on that.
Plus it's at Purdue. Like,
yeah,
Iowa loves the run, but then again, it's a home environment for the Boilermakers. So
I was going to talk the people into over 137.5 on San Jose State, North Dakota State.
What did they just do? I forget what the final score was. I know that North Dakota or San Jose State won by 11. Final score last week was 78-65. So they basically set it right at it. Of course they did. And it was 134 last week. So they've adjusted it by 4 points. I don't know, probably under. Probably under with the adjustments, seeing each other back to back.
That's a good point. That is a good point.
Yeah. Probably under, 200.
Actually, yeah, I stand corrected. Let's go under on that game. Let's go under on that game. Lock it up. Let's go. Have some fun. We're betting games here. Folks, that's our slate. I don't know what else to tell you. My locks: East Carolina, Furman, San Jose State, and San Jose State, North Dakota State under, Arkansas State, and Cal Poly, baby. Mac, fire away with your locks.
Yeah, we got the same 5 games, but I got Eastern Shore going to Greenville. They're going to keep it close. Let's go. Cover the number. I'll ride Arkansas State with Noah. I grab the number tomorrow, so wait for that thing to get a little more inflated. I grab Furman right now because I think that thing's going to come down and sprinkle some on that. What is it right now? Plus 500 money line. Arkansas letdown spot potentially here. North Dakota State revenge angle with San Jose State and Fargo. And then I got Cal Poly in the nightcap. Pour yourself a whiskey and cheer on them Mustangs. Sprinkle some on the plus 750.
I kind of like Vlad Putin's angle of the under in ECU, Maryland Eastern Shore.
Today game.
Maybe add that to the card if you're looking for a little more action. Noah, what are you doing here?
So small 6-game slate. However, I do have 2 plays that I'd normally take on a full slate. The first one starts off at 4. It's East Carolina minus 15.5. You look at Maryland Eastern Shore. They lost by 20 to Temple, 19 to Longwood, 20 to Notre Dame, and 27 to Liberty. The only time they even showed up to a building to play a game was against Penn after Penn beat Villanova. So I'm throwing that scenario out the window. They just haven't covered this number, haven't looked competitive at all so far this season. And the other play is Arkansas State. Right now the number is 24.5. I'm not going to bet it until like an hour before the game because I think Alabama is going to catch some action here before the game. But Arkansas State's head coach, Bryan Hodgson, was an assistant for Nate Oats. He's going to have his boys ready to go. Alabama has a gauntlet coming up here. Purdue, Creighton, Arizona in their next 3 games. So give me the points with the Red Wolves.
There we go, folks. That's our show. We'll be back tomorrow night. Hope you have a wonderful night, wonderful day. Ride those East Carolina Pirates. And yeah, see you out there, folks. Give Noah Bieniek a follow on Twitter at NoahB77_. Moneyline Mac's on Twitter at Moneyline Mac. I'm sorry, Moneyline_Mac. I'm on Twitter at the Colby D. The college basketball experience is on Twitter at TCE on SGPN. Enter those Pick Dundee. Go over to iTunes. Give us a 5-star review. You get a Pick Dundee t-shirt. Let's go. Also, subscribe on YouTube. YouTube.com/the college experience. It's a hub for all of our stuff. We just dropped a college football episode reaction to the sham that is the college football playoffs. We got the FCS college football experience dropping tomorrow, and so on and so on and so on, folks. Check it all out. Check out the Sports Gambling Podcast. Check out Moneyline Mac's work. The Big 12 experience has obviously the basketball season heating the fuck up. Check out that. Check out the Ryan and Rush show. And check out the college baseball experience with me and Noah going into full swing in February. Until next time, folks, this is the college basketball experience. You better start thinking about yours.
I was oh so shy, never knew I'd grow up to be oh so fly. Didn't have many homies and I don't know why, but it never stopped me from picking up the mic and everybody gathered round. I was shocked to see, left my shell, the rest is history. Now I'm on to a relic, get a moment's peace, and when I get home I go to bed and brush my teeth. But man, I wonder how I keep it going at times. I get unorganized, garbage piles rise. In between times like I'm at right now, it's like the structure's f***ed up. I don't know how to get it back. I'm traveling back in time like when I was a kid, nervous, facing life. Uncertain feelings return in full swing, and it's really hard to feel like a king. Sing, king, ding, ding. I'm losing my mind. I'm losing my mind. I'm losing my mind. I'm losing my mind. Yeah. Management, please manage it. I don't know what's going on, I can't even figure. Really, I'm supposed to come back like a star when I'm cool with how I is, cause it's all I ever are. I know that I possess a little certified magic, but I ain't gonna tamper with that cause that's tragic. Just give the people something real for a change. I know, sell records, but the shit's so strange. I'm in the wrong damn business, should've stuck with trains. Cause here, you gotta be cool, gotta be tame. The uncertainty can drive you out of your brain. Fighting with the ones you love and inflicting pain, breaking things and cutting up heartstrings. I'm saying I'm wigging out and it just ain't me. I ain't saintly, but why I'm acting insanely. Letting pressure change my colors when I paint me for real. I'm losing